If you want to get clients and you're not quite sure how to do that, this is the video for you. Today I'm covering 5 unexpected ways for you to get more clients, no matter what your industry is. If you are a service-based business, these tips are going to apply to you. And we've actually turned this into a video from our most popular blog post here on the Contract Shop, where we sell legal templates to creative entrepreneurs and online marketers. I wrote this blog post back in 2017, and since then, it's consistently been the second or third most visited page on our entire website, which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because for most businesses, that second most visited page is the About page, and the first is the Home page. So for us to have a blog post as our longest running, second most favorite page on the site is pretty cool, and it speaks to what we're going to talk about here today. Some of these might feel like reminders, and if you find yourself nodding along or thinking, yeah, I kind of should do that, but you haven't yet, this is your nudge to go out and finally get that done. Because using these 5 methods, you are going to be able to have a full roster of clients and potentially scale from there, hire other people to do the work for you, make your business more passive. There's lots of possibilities when you have that full client book. The first thing that you're gonna do after you watch this video and give it a good subscribe and a like, you are going to reach out to the people that you have in your life that haven't heard from you in a while. So this could be clients that you haven't gotten back in touch with, or clients you've never talked to since your project wrapped up. It could be friends and family that you haven't told them about your brilliant business plan just yet. And this is usually the step that gets most people tripped up, because they're really afraid to approach these friends and family and former clients with any kind of new offer that they have in their service-based business. However, there's a secret to doing this so that you don't feel embarrassed or ashamed or shy as you approach people about this new offer that you're having for them. The secret to doing this well is matching your energy so that it infects other people. If you're excited about something and really happy to tell someone about your new offer or venture or whatever it is, other people are going to be excited for you. So even if you have that crotchety person in your life that always poo-poos everything, you're still gonna approach it with the same or more enthusiasm so that they can really get infected with that energy and be happy and excited for you. At this point, if you've given it your all and someone isn't reflecting that energy of excitement and happiness back to you, they might be a jerk. No one in your life wants to see you fail. They are all rooting for you. And if people get uncomfortable with your success, it's only because they can see where you started from and maybe they haven't progressed as far as they would like to. So it's not a reflection of you if you become successful, it's actually a reflection of them. And your success can be used to lift them up and inspire them. So you should be even more excited about this venture and talking to them about it, because it means that however successful you are, it can only benefit other people in your life by giving them that motivation and inspiration for them to get off their little booties and go do what they want to do with their life. And if some of them want to become your client, then that's fantastic. Now, the second step to get more clients is actually to look at who you've already worked with. And it could be people that you've worked with in the past for free. It could be current clients that you're working with, but you are going to go to them and ask them if there's anybody else that would be a good fit for your services. Now, this usually brings up a lot of resistance for people that haven't pitched before, or they don't want to bother anyone, all you people pleasers out there. This can be a really hard one to do, but it's so effective, because here are people that liked working with you, maybe even loved working with you, and they know other people like themselves who could benefit from your services. So you can ask them if there's anyone that you could reach out to based on their referral, and you can get that conversation started. So it's really risk-free for the past or current clients. All they have to do is give you a name and an email, and you can get that conversation started on the right foot, because you can say, oh, hey, Jane referred me to you, new client. Would you like to work together? Here's what Jane and I did, and I could do a similar thing for you. And that really helps open the door, because obviously the new person you're talking to is friends with Jane. And so that kind of peer-to-peer trust is really strong and more likely to lead to a booked client than just cold pitching or finding random leads on Instagram. While these first two were for my introvert friends, I have one for you extroverts out there. One of the best ways that you can get immediate credibility in your industry, even if you're brand new, and clients, is to go and book some speaking engagements. Now, every single city, wherever you are located in the world, has smaller conferences, workshops, summits, things like that, where they are always looking for talented speakers to come and do some kind of discussion. You don't necessarily have to get up on stage and be a personality. You can actually just sit on a panel and answer questions about the topic that you're an expert in. If you are reaching out to things like the Rising Tide Society local chapters and the Girl Gang local chapters, these are all great places for you to get started and see if there's anything else in the area that you could potentially speak at. Meetup.com is also really helpful because you can see events that are going on, and they're likely to continue on a monthly, quarterly, or annual basis and be looking for speakers the next time around. Now, when you do your speaking session, it's important for you to have an easy, frictionless way for people that are watching out in the crowd to get in touch with you afterwards. So make sure you give them an easy website, not like something/this/that. You don't want something hard that creates a lot of friction for them to go and find you afterwards. However, if you can give them an easy URL that redirects to your site, or even better, a QR code, which is totally free, you can set it up in 3 seconds online, that they can hold their phone or iPad or whatever they're taking notes with up and take a picture of your presentation of the screen, then that's even better because it'll immediately redirect them and you can capture their name, their email, you could have an application to work with you right there, you could have your website. So there's lots of opportunities when you do have these booked speaking engagements, even if they're not paid, to leverage those into client opportunities. The fourth unexpected way to get clients is not just to put yourself out there and create more content, do more social media, but I actually want you to start thinking about the kind of results that you can get for your potential clients and what kind of micro results you could get for them in the meantime. So I want you to show up in a different way on your social and content platforms and not just put the content out there, but really truly engage. So if you have a hashtag that you use in your TikTok video, for example, go to that hashtag and start commenting on other people's videos. Not only are they going to take notice of you and go back and look at your profile, so clicking maybe through to your website, seeing your application to work with you, that kind of thing, but they are also going to take the time to have a discussion with you. I have found that TikTok, hands down, is the easiest place to get in touch with higher level, higher ticket clients that are really inaccessible on Instagram. So people that have 1 million plus followers on Instagram, some of them only have like 3,000 followers on TikTok. And so they're a lot more accessible and you can reach out to them there and provide that value ahead of time so they can see how amazing it is to work with you, and then it's a complete no-brainer to sign up. Remember, as you're making content, you don't need to make content just for the sake of making content. You can actually make content that is very informational, educational, almost like a miniature course. So how-to content on TikTok tends to do really well to show people what kind of future value they could expect from your platform. This also translates into Instagram Reels really well, but that's a whole nother discussion about why TikTok videos are different than Reels, so we're not gonna go into that today. You might wanna check out my other channel at Christina Scalera for that. The fifth and final unexpected way to get clients is something that a lot of people are a little bristly about, and it took me a long time to warm up to the idea too. I want you to start cultivating relationships with other people in your industry. So these can be complementary services. So for example, if you're a graphic designer, you probably need to hook up with a couple of copywriters so that you can have that finished website design for your clients. However, this also works by forming relationships with what would otherwise be your competitor, because when their client roster fills up, who are they going to send those people to? Obviously you. It's always a good idea to make sure that you're friends with some of your competition for this reason, and just stay top of mind with the people that you do make connections with. One of the best ways that I've ever seen is I had someone in the wedding industry send me a Yeti mug with her logo on it, and this is before Yeti mugs were like really popular. Man, I took that thing everywhere with me, so everyone asked me questions about it. It was really beautiful, and I was always thinking of her because every time I took a sip from the mug, whose logo did I see? Exactly. So think of creative and interesting ways to cultivate these relationships. And one of my favorite ways to do this has been to do girls' getaways, where I will invite other business owners into an Airbnb or Vrbo, and we all just kind of get together and hang out. And there's not really like an expectation. Everyone's just kind of on vacation. And inevitably, the conversation always leads back to work, which is really fun for us, but we always have a good time, and it builds those bonds for life so that whenever they're looking for someone to refer, they're always going to think of me and the Contract Shop. I know this is a slight departure from our usual legal topics here on the Contract Shop channel, but I am here to help you get as many clients as possible, because that means more money in your pocket, more impact you can make, and obviously if you have clients, you need contracts. So we got those for you. If you like this video, make sure you give it a subscribe, a thumbs up, and YouTube has actually recommended a couple of videos here on your screen, so make sure you watch those next.